Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 314, the SMS anniversary sale. Yay! And the crowd goes wild. Okay, so this is our anniversary sale YouTube, and what does that mean? Well, that means Scrapbooking Made Simple is a year older. Hopefully a year older, a year wiser, a year kinder, a year just better. And for this anniversary sale, we once again have our favorite guy from down under, where they don't say throw another shrimp on the Barbie. That was a myth. What a letdown that was. But we have our wonderful, wonderful Aussie Andrew, who does say mate all the time. He's here with Couture Creations and Ultimate Crafts. We have got some amazing deals for you for that. We also have our favorite Jackie ever. She's here from Art Gone Wild and Friends, and she has brought Inky Antics with her to add on to a YouTube I did not long ago. In fact, is it last week? I don't even 2 weeks ago, where I did the cute little boxes that you can make with the stamp sets. Well, for our anniversary sale, we have an exclusive stamp set to go with that box, so I'm excited about that. We have got Stampendous, who has given us a rock star deal on Dreamweavers, like as little as 25 cents for some of this product. Amazing. Now for the anniversary sale, please keep in mind that there are definitely terms and conditions that go along with the sale. So if you have any questions, just check out our policies page for the terms and conditions of our 5 major sales a year, and then you can decide if you want to partake or not. But at these kind of prices, I mean, really, we got it loaded for you. I mean, it's amazing. Now, this is also the sale where we do 100 winner chicken dinners. Yes, this is the time we take all the prizes from the land of misfit prizes, the unclaimed prizes over the past year, and when you post a comment during this YouTube, we will pick 100 winners to receive something from Scrapbooking Made Simple. It could be anything from a Big Shot Plus machine down to a couple different pads of paper. You just never know what you're going to get, and it's a surprise when it gets to you. But you have to post a comment on this YouTube, and we do a whole YouTube just on winner chicken dinner, because I have to read a list of 100 people. That in itself is highly entertaining, watching me struggle through the names. Now today I've got in front of me foiling. I've got in front of me not foiling. I've got stencils in front of me. This is definitely a technique-based YouTube, and you may want to get a piece of paper and pencil to take notes. If you love your Go Press and Foil, but you want a new technique or something a little different, I'm hoping to bring that to you today. If you've never seen a Go Press and Foil, or you don't have one, or you'd like to have one but don't have one yet, this may be your good opportunity. We have it at a phenomenal price. It's unbelievable price. But I'm going to show you how to use this product with or without a Go Press and Foil machine. I'm going to go back over some older techniques really quickly, and then I'm going to play with something a little bit newer for you. So I'm excited to do that. I've got Hero Arts in front of me. My whole table is loaded. Okay, we also have winner chicken dinner from last week, and I will talk to you about that in just a minute. I want to give you an update on Mr. SMS. He's doing okay. I wish I could say he was doing, oh my gosh. But I am now learning to navigate a whole new world of insurance companies, the health insurance companies. And I'm hoping that it's an easier time than my home insurance. He is currently at an acute rehab facility, learning how to do everything from roll over and sit up and I mean stand, and he's got to just start from scratch. He works with an occupational therapist, a speech therapist, and a physical therapist. For those of you who don't know the difference, because I certainly didn't, a physical therapist takes care of from the waist down. An occupational therapist takes care of from the waist up, it seems, and then you've got your speech therapist as well, who not only works on your speech, but also your swallowing and all of things like that. I had no clue. So he has been there for a few days, and we are on a timeline. Our insurance company is only going to cover at this point 2 weeks, I'm thinking. We're trying to push for 3 weeks. I wish I had known better. I would have been negotiating with them long before, but we're going to work with the facility, the acute rehab facility, who has Michael right now and is working with him and teaching him and helping him relearn, and have them as our advocate so that when we have to go back to our insurance company, they say, no, he needs more time here, and they cover some of it. Unfortunately, we have a policy where we are responsible for quite a bit of cover of the payment, and insurance is expensive. It really is. For those of you who are able, maybe you work for a county or a city or some sort of a government job where insurance is included, oh, you're very, very blessed. Really, use it. Go to the doctor and get your checkup. Use that insurance that you have, because for those of us who struggle with health insurance, we can only, one day hope. I hate to say it, but I guess at 62 I get Medicare. Then I'm covered, but I got a little ways to wait, and so does Mr. SMS. So we are going to work with them as closely as we can. If he's not ready to come home in 2 weeks and they deny any more coverage, then we're just going to bring him home and we're just going to figure it out. And right now, home is the rental home. The house is still being built, but I am pushing through as hard as I can to get that house built as quickly as possible. For those of you who have helped us in the GoFundMe page, I really can't thank you enough. We're going to need every penny of that. Somebody had called and said, oh, Stacy, you're going to need a lot more than you think you are, because we'll have to get somebody in, a nurse to come in and in physical therapy and just to help him get into the shower and things like that. And I did not understand how much these things cost. I am quickly learning. But again, we are going to be okay. I just know it. I believe it because I have all the support from all of you saying, one day at a time, and we'll get through this together. So that's what we're going to do. I am an eternal optimist with a little bit of a realist mixed in there. So I've started to think, well, I could mortgage the house more. I could take a loan against the house to help pay, but then there's no house to loan against yet. I have to wait till it's done. But my wheels are turning to figure out how we're going to get all of this done. But for those of you again who have helped with the GoFundMe page, I wasn't sure how I would feel about having, because I'm not good at asking for help. I'm really, really bad at asking for help. But this time I need help. I needed help. So, hi, I'm Stacy. That's growth, right? Acknowledging I need help. For me, that's a huge growth. Woohoo! All right, enough of the tears and the sadness. Let's get into some fun. Let's enjoy what we've got for today. God bless all of you for everything, the cards, and I got the cutest little cactus today, and because it has the sequence that you go up and you go down and you go up and you go down, because I love them. They relieve my stress. I've been holding that cactus today, doing nothing but this. Who needs a stress ball when you've got sequins? All right, let me talk about Winter Chicken Dinner for you. And this was on the last YouTube, which was Simply Defined. That was my product. I hope you liked it. I did. Are you ready to see if you have won some of this? All right. How about Mary Whitcomb? Hello, Mary. How are you doing? There you are, Mary. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. Wahoo. Couture for you. And the crowd goes wild. There we go. All right, Mary, you're not alone. You have Georgianne. Oh, I love Georgianne. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Georgianne? Joanne? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm not sure. Joanne. Is it Joanne? Joanne Smith? Oh. Okay, I was too quick to be excited about being able to pronounce a name. But really, does it matter how I say it? Of course not. All that matters is that you're a winner. Chicken dinner. We're a winner. Chicken dinner. Wahoo. Couture for you. Yay! All right, you two, how do you claim your prize? You go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look for the link that says winner, winner, chicken dinner, click it, follow the directions, and we will have your prizes out to you just as quickly as possible. Now again today, this is our anniversary sale YouTube. Doorbusters going on right now. So if you want to pause me, pause face. If you want to pause me to go see what's on sale, you should do that. Otherwise, you should get a pen and paper. Again, pause. And take notes, because I think you're going to want to be able to reference back. All right, I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. A big thank you to Arc on Wild and Friends and Jackie for flying out to see us. And a big thank you to Aussie Andrew for coming all the way from Australia to see us. And hopefully, if you are local, you're an in-store peep, you're able to come by and have cake. Because I have cake. I always have cake for events. Love my buttercream. As you can tell over the years. A little more roundy, but I'm eating until the wrinkles fill out, so it works for me. All right, down we go, you guys. It's good to see you. And again, thank you for everything. We're not out of the woods yet. It's going to take several months or longer, but we're going to get there and we're going to be just fine. All of us. All right, down we go. Okay, I'm going to zoom on in. Not going to go so tight this time because I'm going to be using machines. So I think that might be okay. Okay, so we've got our free in-store make and take going on right now. So super cute. We've got a foil plate that was colored in, painted in with Yasutomo metallic inks. We've got an embossing folder where we used Hero Arts ombre inks to color it. Really simple, really darling. And everybody downstairs has their choice of colors to do. Which color makes your heart happy? Now I'm going to start fairly simple today and then move a little bit, progressively get a little bit more difficult. So if this is something that you've seen, by all means, feel free to just hit that fast forward button at the bottom of your screen. I don't know where the bottom is, and go zzz until you get to a place where you haven't seen before. I'm going to start with a hot foil plate. Hot foil plate, and this is what it looks like. It's not a die and it's not a stamp. It's a hot foil plate, and you use it with your Go Press and Foil, your Glimmer machine, your Crafter's Companion machine, and it transfers foil using one of those machines and a die cutting machine. You can see that unlike a die, it's kind of in between the two. It's like a stamped image out of metal, and those lines are pretty wide because when it heats and it transfers that foil, that's what's left behind. But what if you don't have a foil machine, but you see this on our anniversary sale from some smoking hot price, or you see something else and you're like, gosh, I really wished I could use that, but I don't have a foil machine yet. It's on my wish list, but I don't have it yet. Let me show you how to use this in a way where you don't necessarily have to have a foil machine. And I'm going to start with just some paper and some ink and my Big Shot machine. Let's bring that bad boy on over. All right, so easy peasy. I've got my Hero Arts ombre inks, and an ombre ink means they've taken 3 colors of inks and put it into one pad. These are a felt pad, which makes them lovely. They're very, very nice to use. They're very, very juicy. And the idea is that when you move these 3 inks and blend these 3 inks, it makes your blend for you. You don't have to really think about, well, what colors are going to go with what. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to ink it up. And you're going to be able to see what I mean by ombre. You're going to see some darker red, some lighter pink, all coming out of the exact same ink pad, which makes them very easy to use and very fun to use because no two are alike and you don't have to mix and match your inks. You don't have to guess, well, will this pink go with that red, or they've already done it for you. Then I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine. And I'm going to put a do not cut plate down, my foil plate, and let's see if I can find one a little bit bigger, and a piece of paper. And then a top plate. And I'm going to send this through, hopefully I didn't just move it, I'm going to send this through my Big Shot and see what happens. So this is a standard Big Shot machine. It's the 6-inch version. I'm not going to go back and forth. I don't have to. Oh, no, no, no. You haven't done that in a really long time. Oh, no, no, no. I wonder what I did. It's a stabilizer. I think I clunked too hard. All right, let's pick it up. And now I've put my ink right on it. I used it just like a letterpress. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Now I can go ahead and use this. Oh, it did. It cut a little bit there. That's okay. I can go ahead and use this as an embellishment wherever makes my heart happy. I can cut it out. And just use this as a cute little embellishment on a gift card, gift bag, whatever I want to do. But I did not use any foil with this. This is a standard foil plate, which means that it's just going to transfer the image. And had I used my Go Press and foil, it would have foiled onto my paper as opposed to inking. But what if you don't have foil yet? What if you're not into the foil? What if it's just not your thing? But again, you love some of these so much and the price is so great, but what do you do with them if you're not going to foil? You make them an ink press, and you can feel, I don't know if you can hear it, it also does the embossing at the same time. So not only did it transfer the ink, but it did a little, maybe you can get it on the back, it did an embossing as well. So you've got texture, you've got color, and with one Hero Hues Ombre ink pad, I was able to make something super cute. So this is a standard foil plate. And we have, I don't know, maybe 150 of them on sale right now during the anniversary sale. Lots of them on sale. But then they've also done, Aussie Andrew has also done something called a cut and foil. So not only will it foil, but it will cut the shape out. Unlike this one. This one just transferred, didn't cut my shape out. Now this is going to transfer and cut my shape out, and it is called a cut and foil right here. So let's play with this one. Hopefully my camera doesn't go like that again, but you never know. All right, another ombre ink. I just grabbed one that I really, really like. I love the colors, makes my heart happy. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to ink up and kind of move it all over because I want a variety of colors. Okay, ooh, I got a lot on my table. Let's wipe my table down. Not on my craft mat. Zoop. Sound effects required. I'm going to bring back over my Sizzix Big Shot machine. Lay my cut and foil. Oh, mailman's here. Gonna lay my cut and foil right on top. Again, put a piece of paper on. Put my do not cut plate on. So nothing different than what I would do if I was just die cutting. The only difference is I've inked ahead of time to transfer the main image of this and send it on through. And let's see what we got. Oh, so pretty. Look at how beautiful is that. Love, love, love this. And again, while it looks like it's made for a foil machine because it says cut and foil on it, oh, there's so much more to be done with it. I'm gonna do this one more time. This time I'm gonna try to ink it without laying it down on my craft mat. Let's see if I can ink it. Oh yeah, that'll do. And kind of move it around so it gets a variety of color, because you don't want it to be all the same, and that's how the ombre inks are meant to work. Oh yeah, ooh. Love, love, love. Bring my machine back on over. Now this is the new limited edition Big Shot machine, and we have it on sale for $79.99. It's the new sky blue. The difference with it, along with the color, is that your multi-purpose platform is now separate. You have a base platform and you have a shim, which you would use with your wafer dies. I'm also using that with my cut and foils. Oh man, okay. Let's see if I can put just a little bit back on there. Oh baby, okay, a little bit, okay. Try not to touch it. There we go. Put my paper right on top. So I am doing nothing different than what I normally do when I die cut, except for adding the ink, because the lines of the plate are thick, like a stamp image, so that it transfers that ink so pretty. And being that these are a cut and foil, you get 2 for 1. I'm just loving it. It makes my heart happy. So I do quite a few cut and foils now in my releases. I do at least, I think, one release for Simply Defined, because they are just beautiful. And just like that, you've made 2 embellishments for your cards, for your scrapbook. You've got, I mean, whatever you want. And all you used was ink and white paper and a tool that you might not realize you could be using all this time. The cut and foils, or a straight foil die that does not cut all the way around. You have options when you're playing with the Go Press and Foil foil plates, along with the Simply Defined foil plates, because they will do a variety of things. It's not just about the foiling. Now these I've shown a lot. You've seen I've done this in YouTube's quite frequently. So I want to move on. I want to go to the next thing. And I think I'm going to start, I'm going to stay with the Go. I'm going to move to an embossing folder is where I think I'm going to move to. Okay, embossing folder. This one is by Couture Creations. Oh, you can see that I've got a little bit of foil on it, so that means we're going to be foiling with it. But I think I'm going to start at the beginning with this, and I'm going to show you the easiest technique. And again, that's using my Hero Hues ombres, and I'm going to ink up my entire embossing folder. Now, many of you already know to do this, but there might be a few of you out there who have never seen an embossing folder and you don't know what it does. And well, embossing folders are one of the easiest and fastest ways to add a design element to just about anything. Basic paper, flowers, you can just do so much with them, and they're very inexpensive. They last a lifetime, and for card making, for layouts, for mixed media, for altered art, you really have an opportunity with them. Okay, now I inked both sides of my folder. A lot of people who teach do not ink both sides of their folder. I've inked it with my ombre ink. And you saw I just went all over and mushed, and no, even if the colors kind of blend into each other, that's the whole idea of the ombre ink from Hero Arts. That's what it's meant to do. So don't worry if you've got a little light mixing into your little dark. That's the whole point of it. Now I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to just drop it in there and close it up. I'm going to bring back over my Big Shot machine. And again, I'm using the limited edition. We've got it for $79.99. And this time, I don't need to use my shim. I'm going to take this and put it off to the side. I only need to use my base plate. Put my base plate down. Put a do not cut plate down. Put my folder down. And one more clear plate on the top and send it on through. Oh, really tight. I can't get it to move. Okay. Really tight. Okay, so what could be the problem? The benefit of a Big Shot machine, especially a manual one, is that if you try to force something through, it will not let you go. Can you see? It won't let my hand go further than that. Everybody's embossing folders are a little bit different. Couture Creations and Ultimate Crafts embossing folders are a little thicker than normal. And you're like, but Stacy, I have a Big Shot machine. Now I can't use their embossing folders. Oh, but you can. All you have to do is take away one of the clear plates. Because this is a non-cutting type of die, it's an embossing folder. It's flat on both sides. You can take it and go straight onto your base platform. No plate needed. Then cover it up with one plate and send it on through. Oh, but that feels like it's not doing anything at all, Stacy. I feel no tension in it at all. Understand. You only have 2 options with the Big Shot machine. Well, you have 3. You're either going to use the platform with the shim and the base. You're going to use the base all by itself, or you're going to have a steel rule die and you're not going to use any of this. So if I put this through and I can't get it to go, it's too tight, I need to take something away. But I take something away and then it's too loose. I need to add something back. It's just a matter of figuring out what works best in your machine. And there is always a sandwich to make it work. So now I've got my base platform that comes with the machine. I've got my shim that comes with my machine. I have my extra thick embossing folder from Couture Creations. So I'm not going to put a clear plate down or a do not cut plate down. I'm going to put that straight on top and then one clear plate on the top or a cut plate on the top. And then I'm going to send it on through. Oh, see, look at there. No problem. And it only needs to go through once. You don't have to go back and forth. And what do I get? Or this side. This is why I always say, you gotta ink both sides of your embossing folder. I don't know what side I'm going to like better. Do you know what side you're going to like better? Maybe this is the side that works for you. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And then you mat it on here and you do something in there. Let's see, mat it up here. So pretty, right? But maybe you like that side better. I don't know, it's up to you. But if you don't ink both sides of the folder, you don't have any choice. Give yourself every option. Absolutely. You're rolling it through no matter whether you ink one side or two. It doesn't make a difference. You're still rolling it through. You're still just using one piece of white paper because paper has two sides, and then you have the option. And when you tape it down, nobody's going to know that that was underneath. Nobody's ever going to see that. They're only going to see the side that made your heart happy. So inking embossing folders has been around for an uber long time. It's not anything new or unique, but it is very handy and very cost effective when you're scrapbooking or card making, because you're using white paper and inks you may already own. And how many embossing folders might you have in your collection? And if you don't have any in your collection, you do want to get started, because they are a valuable, handy, affordable tool. Absolutely. I want to take it a little bit further now, because I want to show you how to foil with them. You're like, foil with an embossing folder? Yes, foil. This is where the paper and pencil comes in. Are you ready? Okay. And you can see I've foiled on my embossing folder, so it's not the end of the world. No big deal. All right. First thing I need to do is I need to just emboss this. I need to put a piece of paper in, and I just need to emboss it as if it was a normal, everyday embossing. So let's bring my Big Shot back. Let's remember I'm using a thicker embossing folder than normal. I'm going to put it straight onto my multi-purpose platform with the shim. No clear plate underneath, because I don't need it. Put on a cut plate or a do not cut plate, it doesn't make a difference, and send it on through. Okay, so what did this do? Well, we just did a basic embossing. If you've never just seen a basic embossing, if the first time you'd ever seen embossing was colored, now you can see it, although I didn't wipe it down very good. Now you can see what it looks like if it was just plain. And again, you have two sides. You have a deboss side and an emboss side. But I want to do more with it. I want to foil on it. You're like, really? Foil on it? Yes. So what does that mean? Okay, that means that I need to add my Go Press and Foil to the mix and some foils to go with it. So let's take this out of the way, put that there for now, and let's bring over my Go Press and Foil machine, which is right here. This is the machine that does all the pretty foiling. What you need to know about this machine is that, one, you have to be willing to work with it for about an hour with no expectation at all. It is the machine that will do foiling with this plate. It is the machine that will do foiling with this plate. All the foil plates that are out on the market will work with here. But again, what if you are able to get the foiling machine, but you have to wait for some of the plates? Budget is tight. But you have embossing folders already. Absolutely. Now, the first thing I want you to know is when you plug it in, that light is going to turn red. See that red light right there? That does not mean it's turned on. It means it's plugged in. You have to press the button for it to turn on and to start to heat, because ultimately that's what this is. It's a heating element, and it clicks in and it clicks out and it clicks in. And while it is blinking red, it's telling you I'm warming up. It's not hot enough yet to do anything to transfer that foil, because the transfer is done with heat and with pressure, and you need both of them to make it work. And if you're using your die cutting machine, whether it be a Big Shot or a Spellbinders or a Crafter's Companion, everybody's machine is a little different, which is why you need to just sit down and play with it for about an hour with no expectations of what you're going to get. And then as you work through the different, perhaps a shim, maybe you need a piece of paper because it's not enough pressure. Maybe 2 pieces of paper is too much pressure. You have to work with it to get to the right the right pressure, so that when you put it through, it transfers beautifully, but it will never transfer well if it's not hot enough. And that has everything to do with right here. It's simple, it's easy, it's a no-guess type of thing. When it turns green, it's good to go. Now, I said I was gonna do an embossing folder. So I have I need to click it back in. Click it back in. There we go. Okay, so I have my my paper inside my embossing folder, and all I did was click it back into place. Just kind of, it'll set right back into those grooves so it doesn't really move. Then I have to decide what color do I want to make it. Oh, I don't know. Let's try the rose gold. I'm going to cut a strip of my foil. Now this is the Couture Creations foil. It is 15 feet for $2.80. It is the most value-priced foil on the market, and there are oodles and oodles of color. So you get 15 feet of foil. So you, at $2.80, you don't feel like you've got to save every last corner, because some of the foils can get rather expensive. Now I have done my embossing, and normally I would open it up and take it out and start using it. This time I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna say, okay, I want this front to get foiled. So I need that pretty piece of foil facing out towards me. If this was you holding your embossing folder with your paper inside, you would want to see that pretty foil facing you. You would not want to see the yucky silver side. No, no, no. If you do that, what you will end up doing is foiling your entire plate, your embossing plate. Is that a problem if you do it? No. Now you have a very pretty embossing folder. Will it harm it? Absolutely not. Will you do it? Quite possibly. I've done it several times. Don't trust me. I do this a lot, and I've done it several times. So I just want to take my embossing folder, open it up, put my foil facing me. I want to see the pretty side. And then I want to go ahead and, oh, see, I moved it. Let's see if I can get it to click back in. There we go. Clicked it right back in. Didn't even have to pick it up to click it back in. Of course, then I took it out. Now this is a non-stick, so you can see I'm able to pick up and put down and pick up and put down. So let me click it right back in again. Click. Foil. And now that foil needs to go against my non-stick surface. Then, depending on your machine, I'm going to add a shim. And I think that this one is the one I want to add. We'll try. Let's try, this is a 100-pound double shim, so a 100-pound piece of paper folded in two. I might not need it. I don't know. Let's give it a whirl and see what happens. Now I have to wait for it to heat up. Now it says green right there, but I don't believe it because I just added an embossing folder and paper and foil. So my guess is that it's gonna go back to red sometime soon, or blinking red, as it says, ooh, I'm trying to heat up, but I don't think you're quite hot enough. It's always better to give it a little extra time to heat than to go too early. Like I said, you may have the perfect amount of pressure but not enough heat and the foil won't transfer. You may have the perfect amount of heat but not enough pressure and the foil won't transfer. Oh, see, told you it was going to turn red. Look at, there it goes right there. Totally knew that. So I'm going to let it heat just a little bit, and I can feel the heat coming through. Now it does have an internal up, and it just turned green, so it doesn't take long for it to heat back up. And it does have an internal thermometer and timer so that if you were to walk away from this for 20 minutes, it's going to shut itself off automatically. Okay, Now I'm going to pull this on out. Pull it on out. And I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine because I have to roll it through. I have to roll it through something. And I'm going to send it on through slowly. And we'll see if I have too much pressure or not enough pressure. Slowly. We're not die cutting. We're transferring foil. Slow and steady wins the race. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So you want to give your foil a chance for that pressure and that heat. Now it may be too much pressure. I don't know. We're going to see. Because I added that extra shim in. And I'm going to bring over my Go Press and Foil base right away because every minute it's not plugged into my base, it's cooling. And if I'm going to be doing lots of foiling, I want to keep it as hot as I possibly can so it doesn't take as long to get ready for the next time I want to foil. Every time you detach it, it starts to cool. Every time you retach it, it starts to heat. So if you're only doing one piece of foiling and that's all you're doing, well then it doesn't matter. But if you want to do several, you want to keep this handy so that you automatically put your base right back together again. All right, let's see what we got. No clue. Oh, a lot of pressure. So that's a lot of pressure. I don't know that, I suppose I could have added even more pressure and foiled the entire piece so that the whole embossing folder was foil. I'm going to back off a little bit and I'm going to see if I can get just the outside edges foiled. So let's see what that looks like and see if I can do that. So I'm going to back off and not use a shim. But again, the first thing I have to do is send it through and emboss it. Bring over my Big Shot machine. Bring over my base plate and my shim. I'm using an extra thick embossing folder, so I'm not going to have a plate down at the bottom. I'm going to send it on through. One time is good. I don't have to go backwards and forwards. I'm gonna grab a color. How about the blue? Cut myself off a hunk of foil. Little sealing tabs for the Go Press and Foil. It doesn't matter whose foil you have. If it comes in a roll, these are very, very, very handy. Remember, I'm gonna open it up. There it is. I'm going to put my foil right down on top. Oh, I didn't cut myself a big enough piece. Oh, let's get a bigger piece. I need a bigger piece. Did not cut myself a big enough piece, so I'll use that one maybe a little later. Put my little sealing tab back on. There we go. Make sure I'm clicked in because it doesn't move. Right on top, pretty side facing you. If this was you making the beautiful image, close it up. Well, actually, we're not going to close it up. We're going to bring over our Go Press and Foil machine. Open up our Go Press and Foil and turn it down, so that that foil goes against the non-stick. And then I'm going to close it up and let it heat until that red dotty turns into green. And then once it does, I know I'm good to roll it. See, it doesn't take very, very long because I kept the base. I kept the base and the heating element attached. That way you're not waiting for a minute or 2 or 3 every single time you want to use it, as long as you keep that heating element attached. I'm going to give it an extra second just because, and I took the whole shim away. Remember, I was using a double shim of 100-pound paper, and it foiled almost the entire thing, which isn't bad. If I had used one more shim, I would have had a complete foil, totally foiled, which looks beautiful too. And then you can take Stays On and rub it on there. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm not going to use my shim. I think I've given, oh, it says it's red. Oh, and I moved it. Did I move it? I did. Stacy. Click it back into, oh, that feels good. Click it back into place. All right, let's see what happens. Bring my Big Shot machine on over and give it a roll. And we're gonna slow our roll. Oh, see, it feels like almost nothing. When I roll it, can you see how easy it's rolling through? Feels like almost nothing. And then I'm gonna bring it back. Talk about an easy peasy roll. And we'll see what we got. Take my Go Press and Foil, click it right back in. So I'm starting my heating element again. That way if I want to use it again, it's already hot, hot, hot. Now you can tell that it foiled. You can see it. If it hadn't foiled, it would just be a flat piece of foil against a piece of paper. It would look just like that. Then you would say, no, it didn't foil. But you can see that it did. Let's see what we got. Ooh, better. Love, love, love. Better. Put this aside for right now. And let me trim this on down. Better. But I still have, that looks pretty good, actually. I'm really happy with that. I still have that in the middle, and maybe you were going to stamp a sentiment in there. You may have to just put a matting there and stamp your sentiment, or if you want to, you can use the Creative Detailer. This is a tool that was designed to go with the foil, to go in there and just kind of clean up those little places where maybe you didn't want as much foil. Maybe you've got those little spots and you want to take them off. This is like a high-end Dremel tool for crafting. You can clean off the corners. That's what it sounds like. Oh, it reminds me of the dentist. Now, it's not going to do absolutely everything because it's not intended to, but you can absolutely minimize some of the places where maybe you think, oh, I got a little bit too much foil. You can go in there and zap it, and that's true for anybody's foil, whether it be you're using something from to go with your glimmer machine. You can still use your Creative Detailer. I like it. Oh. Now it comes with lots of little pieces that will be your eraser, and it just pulls out, and then you can make your eraser a little bit longer. And then you can put it back in and you get lots of erasers and you get 2 sizes. It's a pretty cool little tool. And I'm pretty happy with what I got here. I'm pretty happy with what I got there. Because I suppose I could, if I wanted to, take this, put that in there. Ooh. Okay, what if I well, no, what if I take this on? I had a thought. It was like squirrel. You actually, well, you didn't see me, but you heard me think right then and there. It's like, what if I did this and that? And my brain just started moving. But what if I took this and sent this on through, just like a regular embossing? No problem, easy peasy. Then I have this little piece to work with. And then what if I just went in there and I could either fussy cut or, well, I'm not going to be a great fussy cutter right now. But I could go in there and kind of round everything off if I wanted. Oh, this is a bit rough. But I could. And then I could go back in. Ideally, I would cut the whole little frame right out and put it right there in the center, so that's all you see. So I would cut all of this out. I know I just said I wasn't going to, but here I am doing it. Yeah, I would go in there and get rid of all of this so that when you lay it in there, it would lay exactly where it was, covering that up. You have options. So if you've got embossing folders, it's not just about inking or doing a straight embossing. It's so much more than that. If you've got a Go Press and Foil machine, let's play with the foils and see what we can do. Oh my gosh. And again, I could even add more. Let's see if I can get it done really quick. If I add even more pressure. So let's do one on a black and see what we get if we do a black one. All right, so I'm going to send this through my embossing and just do a plain embossing on it. It is a two-step process. You do have to start with your embossing folder, just embossing the paper first and then doing the foiling. You can't do it as a single step. And the reason being is that, oh, I think my plate was a little off center. The reason that you can't do it all in a single step is because for this embossing to work, it takes the top and the bottom pushing into that paper to make the embossing. When we send it through the Go Press and Foil machine to transfer the foil, we're only using half of the plate. So you need to have that, that embossing done ahead of time. So let's scooch that this way and show you. Oh, I've got my embossing. Can you see it? I'm gonna put it, line it back up. Boy, was I crooked. Holy smokes, artichokes. I think it's there. There we go. Wow, was I crooked. Let's take, well, let's take the same blue since, oh, but it wasn't big enough. But that's okay since this one's off anyway. No, don't do that. Let's use the gold. Let's see what we get. Nice piece. Right on top. Bring my Go Press and Foil back over. Remember that the shiny side needs to be facing out towards you, and then you're going to take it and flip it downward. Yep, I'm going to rotate so that my other side is facing out, and hopefully I didn't move it. No, still feels clicked in. And then I'm going to add, let's just add a little bit more of a shim. So I've got my double shim and a little bit more of a shim. Let's see if I can get that whole thing to emboss. And now let's let it heat. So when you're using them, even the cut and foil, even the standard, not only can you use it in here to make a foiling, but then step outside and grab the things you already own, like the ombre ink pads or whatever ink pads you have, and make something a little different. Utilize it. This is a tool. That's what these are. It's not an embellishment, it's a tool, and it's metal, so it gives you the opportunity to play with lots of different textures and inks and paints with them, not using it necessarily what it was intended for in the first place. All right, let's see what happens. It says it's green. Should I give it a try? All that can happen is that it doesn't work. And the beautiful thing about that is that if it doesn't work, it was only black paper and some foil off a $2.80 roll. Okay, let's see. It's really tight. But it's rolling, but it's tight. But it is letting me roll. Ooh, hope you can see my hand. It's rolling. Tight. All right, I get to the end and I bring it on back. And I'm going slow. I'm singing my twinkle, twinkle, little star. And let's see what I get. I'm gonna bring my Go Press Some Foil right back. Oh, no, no, no. We're not, no, no, no. Don't have it in me today. No, no, no. Camera, you behave yourself. All right, so now I'm reheating my element. You can see that it foiled. Oh, I even foiled a little bit of my embossing folder, which is fine. Let's see how much I did. Oh, almost the whole thing. I'm getting there. A little bit up top. I might need to do a little spot shim right there. But holy smokes, is that pretty. And when you work with your machine, in your die cutting machine, you will find the right shim to make it do exactly what you want it to do. But you definitely have options, and you're playing with paper that you already own and embossing folders that you already own, and you just can't go wrong. You really can't. Even if I trimmed this out and opened it up and cut it down, I mean, you just can't make it ugly because the foil is so pretty. So it was crooked. Now it's not as crooked. And I can take it, put it against, figure out if I want to cover this up with something. It's up to you. Or I could try and run it through and do a spot shim. I could just put a piece of foil right here with a spot shim to give that extra pressure. And when you do it, it's not going to hurt this foil at all. No, no, no. You can do this. You have to play. Give yourself the permission to just be creative and play. And don't throw them away. Even if you don't like it, make something out of it. Chances are when you're all done, you're going to look at that and go, wow, that came out a whole lot better than what I thought it was going to. The foil machines and the tools to go with them will give you more creativity than I think you realized in the beginning. You just have to give yourself permission to get in there and say, what if? Can I? Could it? Might it? Oh, let's see. And then if it does, it's like, woohoo. And if it doesn't, then your brain thinks, well, what if I change and I do this to get it done, or I change that? That is what we do. We're creative people. We did all of these things before all of these tools. Now it just made it easier and a little prettier and a whole lot less time. Embossing folders, you used to do, well, I'm going to show you the metal stencils, and you'd get that light box and you'd have a stylus. Oh, no, 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 no. Now we just run it through a machine and poof. Okay, the last thing I want to show you today is going back and using metal stencils. Remember metal stencils? These are Dreamweaver stencils. And they are on sale for as little as 25 cents right now. I mean, we've got them for a smoking hot price. But maybe you're not into pasting, or you're not into glittering them or whatever. Maybe you want to use them with your foil machine. And I did do a YouTube showing you how to do this quite some time ago. I'm going to bring it back and show you really quickly how to do it again, because it is a special technique without question. So I've got my Go Press and foil machine. And to do this technique, I needed to come out with a metal shim. This is a simply defined metal shim. You can see it's beaten up a little bit, and that's absolutely okay. This is dramatically different from the Couture Creations metal shim. This is hefty and hardy and doesn't move. I don't want to use this one for transferring foil from a stencil. You need my simply refined metal shim. Is it the same as everybody else's metal shim? Well, it looks the same, but it isn't. Mine was spec'd just to go with this machine. The only time I use this metal shim is with this machine. So when I want to take a stencil, and you may have tons of these from time gone by, just like embossing folders, I'm going to put my metal shim down first, and that's going to allow the heat to be conducted even more. And because it's so thin, it gives me a little extra height, but it's really about, it's really about conducting that heat. Now, if this is not here, I can touch this, it's not so bad. But once this metal shim gets here, holy smokes artichokes. But it gets that stencil smoking hot, piping hot, really, really hot. Now, next thing I do is, let's take a piece of paper. You know what we'll do? We'll do this one, and I'll do a black at the exact same time so you can see the difference between the two. All right, I got a piece of black and I got a piece of white. Okay, right? Does that look right? But where does the foil go if I put these down first? Gotta have the foil. So let's, oh, can I use that pretty blue now? Well, close enough, I think. And let's do my black. And let's do my white. Okay, so if this was my card, I need that, and this is you, I need that shiny side facing you. And then what do I have to do with it? I have to turn it over. So I can start with my paper down, then my foil, then my stencil. And hopefully I'm close enough. I want to give you an opportunity to see both. I'm going to move that black in there just a little bit further. All right, well, let's just see what happens. It's only paper, right? Now that's getting really hot, but this is not as thick as this. And it doesn't have those lines protruding. This is flat, flat, flat. I need something that's going to add enough pressure in there to transfer that foil. And what's the best thing to use? Hello, Sizzix, our squishy. Yes, our squishy. And then, depending on your machine, you may need to have a shim of some sort. And then the last thing, what goes with your squishy? What do you use with your squishy? You use your knock knock. These are Sizzix tools. This is a textured impression pad. The squishy is a silicone rubber pad, and I'm gonna let that get warm. I'm not going to need to use this top plate. Now it says green, but I think it's fibbing. I do. I think I've added so much layering to this that it's going to take it a little time to realize, oh, she added a lot. That's really, really not hot enough for me to roll through, and it will turn red. It may not. I've been keeping it in its element, the heating element, the whole time. Well, there it is red. Let's see how long it takes to go green. In the meantime, I want to show you the trusty dusty tweezers that come with the machine. These are pretty unique looking tweezers. Oh, it turned green, darn it. Okay, well, I'll use these to get that up so you can see. It's turned green. I'm gonna pop it on out. You think it's okay? I'm gonna pop it on out. I'm gonna bring it on over. And I am going to send it on through. Can you see what I've done with the lid? I've opened it all the way up and I'm sending it through my machine first because I don't need it. And then I'm gonna roll. And I'm gonna roll slowly. And that squishy, can you see it getting bigger? It's right here, right now, that silicone squishy pad. Do you see it growing? If it's growing, if the squishy's coming out the back end, you're doing it right. You wanna see that squishy get bigger and bigger because what that means is it's compressing down and it's forcing the paper and the foil together. Look at how much it grew. All right, let's see what I got. It's always a surprise. You never know exactly what you're gonna get. I'm gonna put this right back in so I can keep it getting hot with my machine on over. And let's see what I have. Oh, Stacy, do you know what I did? Are you ready? Ha! I foiled my stencil. It can happen. It does happen. It is not the end of the world. Not even a little bit. It is okay if that happens. See? Ha! So let's try again. Got my plate down. It's got to get hot, 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 hot. Let's just do black this time. Okay, black paper, yes. And then my foil. Oh, my brain is thinking. And then my squishy. I still feel like it, no. And then my shim. And then my knock knock. Let's see if I've got it right this time. It's important to see that if you accidentally foil something, it's not gonna be the end of the world, honest. So it says it's good to go. I don't know. Oh, see, it went back to red, so I'm gonna give it an extra minute. So again, the tweezers. Okay, so the tweezers are really unique looking. How do the tweezers work? Well, if you've got a piece of metal that's really, really hot, you close your tweezers, pick it up so you don't have to touch it. But then how do you get it off of there? You open your tweezers, pick it up, open it. So if you've got something on your Go Press and Foil, you can pick it right up with your tweezers so that you're not touching it with your hand. Now it says it's green. Okay. Ooh, let's see if I'm close. Hopefully I've got the sandwich right. Gonna send it on through. And let's see if we've got the sandwich right this time. And if not, well, we'll roll it through one more time. So I need that squishy to come out the back end. Oh, I need to slow my roll. I went too fast. Slow my roll. Well, let's see. Worst case scenario, I gotta do it again. Put it right back in so it's hot. Yeah, I went too fast. I was moving way too fast. Moving too fast. All right, let's try one more time. I just think that for some, my brain wants to do it this way, and that's the way we're gonna do it. We're gonna get this right. Okay, so that's what I wanna see. That's what I wanna see when I pull it off. And I need this to compress down into it. So is that the way I did it the first time? And then I accidentally foiled my, This is gonna drive me crazy. Here. See, it shouldn't be clinging. Something's not right. This has to go here. Up. Up. Down. Down. Hot. Hot. Huh. See? Even I have to go through and figure it out all over again, and I did it just not even 15 minutes ago, and look at how pretty it came out when I did it. And between now and then, my brain went, Oh, did I put my shim? Yes, I put my shim. My brain went, Is that craziness? Okay, we're gonna do this till I get it right, because I did it, and 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 that's what it looks like when it's done. It looks pretty cool, huh? So I did that one, and I did that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, all doing this technique. So it's gotta come back to me. Okay, it says it's not hot enough. Let's give it a minute. Yeah, so here. So we have an assortment of the Dreamweaver stencils. I don't know that I have this one as part of a doorbuster. I don't know that I have that one. I just know that we have a lovely assortment, and when you use them with the foils, they come out beautiful. Assuming I can get it right. It's late on Friday. I can't believe oh my goodness gracious, Stacy. You can do this. And if it's still wrong, well, then we'll do it again until I figure it out. How many different ways can you layer it? Okay, so now this I've got to open up and send it through. And now roll, roll, roll. I don't know. Roll, roll, roll. Slow, slow, slow. I don't know. This is where cutting and editing would probably be coming in handy. Oh, I feel like I'm really tight. Roll, roll, roll. But then what fun would cutting and editing be? You wouldn't see that there's... Oh! Yay! Okay, wait. Yay! It only took, okay, but I foiled on my stencil, which is good. I needed you to see that. That's a good thing. But I'm so glad I figured this out. I don't know. I did it. I've done it. I can't tell you how many times. And my brain just went,
Okay, so then I'll give you the sandwich again. That way you know, but I want to get this into, I want to get my base into, holy smokes, artichokes. No script, baby, you get what you get. Oh, I need to keep that, I want that getting hot, and I want this getting hot. Okay, now, the reveal. Oh yeah. Okay, does that make my heart happy? You bet it does. Oh my gosh, is that gorgeous? With a metal stencil, is that pretty rock star? I think it's rock star. Oh yeah. Okay, let's do it one more time just so I'm sure I've cemented it in you, because you must be going, huh? All right. Simply Refined Shim, metal stencil, paper, foil, look at the foil. Say, isn't that foil pretty? When you reveal, you want to see that foil. Foil against stencil. Squishy, and look at what I did to my squishy, but don't worry about it, it's fine, not a big deal. Squishy, even if you cut into your squishy, not a big deal. And what goes with a squishy? 2 peas in a pod, your knock knock. Right there. Let it get hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Oh, it says it's green. I don't know. Did we try? Did we give it a chance? Did you get that sandwich down? Refined shim, metal stencil, foil, paper, squishy, shim if you need it, and then knock knock. Well, we might as well roll it through. Remember, you do not need to use the lid from the Go Press and Foil, so I'm just going to send that through ahead of time. And then I'm going to send this on through. So I just moved it, but we'll see what we get. And send it on through slowly. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Squishy's coming out so far. Yeah, I'm a little tired. Squishy's got to come out the back end. Let's move this out of our way. Bring our Go Press and Foil back. See, I told you it foiled. OMG. Beautiful. Okay, metal stencils and foil look gorgeous. Just write down the sandwich. You can do this. I didn't even use a foiling plate to do it. I used a metal stencil that you probably have from time gone by. And if you don't, get them now, because we've got them as low as 25 cents. This is the time. All right, we did a ton. We did a little more than I thought we were gonna do, because I had to do a little bit of it more than once. But I played with just, I could have foiled this, absolutely. I could have put this on my Go Press and Foil and put my foil here and my paper against it and sent it on through, but I just wanted to ink it just so you can see that you can use them for more than foiling. Just like I used this one to do those beautiful edges. Really pretty edges. I just inked, I didn't foil at all. Okay, and then I played with an embossing folder and I inked it on both sides. But then I played with an embossing folder and played with foiling an embossing folder and making them beautiful. It's not hard to do, and if you already own embossing folders, here's just one more use for it. Then I attempted to, and finally did, foil my stencil, and it came out gorgeous. I did this one earlier today, and it's the tree. Look at that, is that amazing? That's a stencil. I don't know that we own, or we have a representation of stencils on the sale, and I'm not sure if this is one of them or not, but it sure did come out pretty. I don't know where I put it, but it sure did come out pretty. It's sitting around here somewhere. And then I did the backgrounds. I showed you what the creative detailer does. It goes in there and just helps clean up a little bit with your foil. If you've got a little extra foil here or there, this just cleans it right up, no problem. And also, I showed you what our little tweezers do. Now, when you get the Go Press and Foil, what comes with it is the tweezers, the Go Press and Foil. You get a silicone mat to, just in case you're working on something that needs to be protected from heat. You get 2 rolls of foil so that you can start. What you do not get is a plate to play with. No plates in there, so you're going to have to buy some of the Go Press and Foil foil plates or the cut and foil plates, or be prepared to use it with either your stencils or if you have some dies you want to play with, or maybe you have plates from another company. But how pretty is that? That looks good, doesn't it? That's on white paper versus on black. I don't know which one I like better. So beautiful. All right. Oh, and we played with the Hero Arts ombre inks. These are lovely. Remember, 3 colors. Can I pop this one off? 3 colors in there, and they're meant to blend into each other, giving you a perfect shade of multiple colors every time without you having to guess, will these 3 colors work together? This is going to give you colors of, they're going to blend together, and then you're going to have highlights of each one of them. Just amazing. Love the ombre inks. Been around for a while, didn't really know about them, and then we YouTubed them, and I'm in love with them because you don't have to have multiple inks to get that multiple color like we did here, where you've got the high, the greens and some blues, but then there's some darker blues up here, and it just blends together so lovely. All right, I have oodles and oodles and oodles of samples to show you because this is the anniversary sale. Let's start with some of the stencils. So again, we have a representation of the stencils available. I can't be sure that all of these are going to be on the sale or not, but we do have a nice collection of Dreamweaver stencils that are at a price that is so good. Here they use the stencils with glitter. Here they use the stencils, you're using the paste. So easy to use. And now you know you can foil with them. So it's very probable we have all of these in the collection starting at 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. And now you know that not only can you use them with paste and glitter, you can now use them with foil. You can use them with your inks. How beautiful is this? That's a stencil. Oh, here's the tree too. How beautiful is that? That and that came from the same, this one's foiled, this one's inked. Look at the daisies. Are they gorgeous? All done with Dreamweaver stencils that we have on a doorbuster deal. And this one's got glossy accents over the top to give it that stained glass look. Oh, pretty. And then, how gorgeous is that? All right. Then we have Couture Creations, and we have so much We have so many plates. This one says Dream. The sample's beautiful. We have this is done with the embossing folder and sanded, and then a stencil in the middle, and just beautiful. Or a foil plate. Here you've got the chandelier is done in foil. This is a cut in foil. How beautiful. Here we foiled on glitter. Yes, you can foil on glitter. Look at the words. They just add the most elegant touch. And whether you foil with them or you use them with ink, you're going to be just fine. It's going to look gorgeous. You don't have to foil every time. You can use them with just beautiful inks and roll it through and have it be a letterpress. So pretty. SMS girls did an amazing job on samples. And Couture Creations sent some beautiful samples. Oh my goodness, I have lots of them. Holy smokes, artichokes. Right? Pretty, right? And look at this one. All done with the foil plates, and this is a cut in foil. Foiled right onto glitter. Best wishes. They're just so pretty. I think we did this one for a make and take a while ago. You just can't go wrong because they give you so many options, from inking to, well, stamping ultimately, to you can just use it without any ink and do a deboss or an emboss. You can throw it through the Go Press and Foil machine. I don't know, which way do you like best? The nice thing is you do not have to choose. All right. So I've got a layout for you to look at that Claire did using the adventure. Look at how cute is this layout. And she foiled the title. And then remember, I said that Jackie was here from Art Gone Wild and Friends. If you remember, we did the darling little boxes. The cutest little boxes a couple YouTubes ago. And those were done with a stamp set. And then you just trimmed out, you stamped, and you cut and you scored, and it was easy peasy. But this is the new set, done just for the anniversary sale. You make my heart happy. I wonder where she got that from. So we have the brand new exclusive set. Perfect for Valentine's, perfect for Mother's Day, perfect for thinking of you. You make my heart happy. The little hearts have little smileys that you can put on them. And then of course we have the rest of the decorator sets to go with it. But to make the actual box, all it is one stamp. And there is a YouTube on this to show you how to make this darling box using this very simple stamp. Really cute. All right, you guys. Oh, I forgot this one. Christmas. All right, you guys, I'm gonna tilt on up. I'm gonna say it's me, Stacy. I'm gonna whoa on back. I'm gonna say happy anniversary to Scrapbooking Made Simple. Who would have ever thought that something out of my garage would become this, and that
my son's preschool teachers would become some of my best employees, and that customers would become employees, and the family that we've made here and the family we've made with you. Who would have ever thought that these YouTubes would become what they are? And I am so blessed that they are, because it's my place to just be me. All right, for all your prayers and your support and your love and your well wishes. For Michael, thank you so very much for all your donations to our GoFundMe page. Thank you very much. I'm going to tell you it's going to be needed now that I understand kind of the position that we're in, but we're going to get there. We're going to be just fine with your love and support and prayers. There's nothing we can't do. I really, really believe that. So if there's nothing I can't do, that goes for you too. All right. I will see you next week, and thank you so much for sharing our anniversary with us, and hopefully you're one of the 100 winner chicken dinners that I get to announce. Woohoo! And the crowd goes wild. Oh, where do you buy all this? Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Sorry. Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Come see us in the retail store. Now the crowd goes wild. Bye, everybody.